Hey everybody, welcome to Go Get It by Getitlex Motivational Mindset, the podcast. So I'm so extremely excited today because I think this interview needs to happen. Like it's so dope. Like these people are ready to come on here and drop some juice for you guys. So today we got Leash, we got Dez, we got their artist Jamila in the building with Siren Records. This is a super big situation for the city. You guys, they already did their interview with Channel 8. You know, that's how I came across the interview. You know, it blessed my timeline. So thank God it did. So you guys get to get an in-depth interview on what these guys going on. Y'all get to hear what Mr. Miller got going on, and this shit ready to be lit. So y'all got the floor. Misha, Jamila, I mean Misha, Des, Jamila. Y'all go ahead and say what y'all got. Yeah, go
Hello guys. Hello everyone that's tuned in. Happy Sunday to y'all. Peace and blessings. I am Des, the CEO of Siren Records, and
Hello, everyone. I am Mish. I am the COO of Siren Vibes Records. Thank you all for tuning in.
yes, thank y'all for tuning in. And
Hi everyone, I'm Jamila and I'm one of Siren Vibe Records artists. I'm an artist, rapper, singer, just entertainer in all aspects.
she does it all.
All right.
Um, we are live and happy to be live with our girl Lex on Go Get
Thanks so
It.
much for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us. I guess we'll just roll into it. We started our business last year, 2020, in November. During COVID, I actually got accepted into a music program at NYU through School of Business, through School of Music with Clive Davis's school. From there, it kind of just sparked my interest in figuring out, what I could do to change the course of the music industry, because a lot of people say all the time there's nothing new under the sun. Well, that is true, but there's also always room for growth. And I noticed that there's a lack of Black women, like us beautiful Black women on this podcast, in the industry, and there needed to be more of us. And I thought, why not, get with a group of girls who are in the industry, who, want to work and want to, take that mission on as bringing more Black women into the industry. And that's when Mish and I got connected, and we started talking, just daily about, certain things that we could do to help. And it went from just wanting and eager to do anything to saying, oh, yeah, we're going to turn this into a full-time thing and make it a record label. And that's what you have now, Sound Vibes Records, ran by two Black women. We have multiple people on our team, of course, other Black women, Black men, and, just reaching out to anyone in the community, not necessarily happen to be directly from the Black community, but anyone who's willing to work with us and grow with us on through our journey. But the need is there. There's a disparity of Black women in the music industry, especially in executive positions. And just wanting to see that be something that's more of a common thing, and to see Black people be able to, excuse me, my AirPods. Sorry, y'all, my AirPods fell out. But to see Black women be more of the forefront of our own culture, especially with hip hop, rap, and R&B. A lot of times Black women are a lot of times behind the scenes, songwriters, producers, even seeing Black women stepping into the engineering role, but never the forefront of labels, so record labels, are managing artists. So that was kind of just our mission in the beginning, was to be able to create that platform for all Blacks, especially Black women, and that led us here. And that's kind of how we met Jamila. Got introduced to her through another Black woman. Actually, one of my sorority sisters sent me her music sometime last year. I think about October last year, and from there it kind of just sparked, and it was just the perfect fit for us to have her on the label, just of what she represents. She represents Black women, and just her. I let Mila tell her story. Where she comes from. Because she comes from the motherland, in the sense of just deep roots, and just wanting to see more of a variety of women too in the industry, As far as artist wise. So I know I'll let Mish take over.
Yeah, so like, and then we always talk about all the time like how Richmond is, or just Virginia in general, is a secondary market for music. So like, we just want to be able to put it on a map to where everyone from Virginia can be heard, not just the primary markets like New York, LA, Atlanta. Like Virginia has the talent too. So it's just like, we really just wanted to come together to just make sure that we put Virginia on the map.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so much talent here, and it's
So
like
much
it's
talent.
been so overlooked for years. So it's that time.
It's definitely that time. And I mean, you see other cities doing it. Richmond is the capital of Virginia. Capital. You see Atlanta, you see LA, you see New York, you see Houston, you see Dallas. Everybody's pretty much like putting on for their state, even Detroit and the Carolinas. And it's just like Virginia is missing that link between us and the major markets, and that is our goal, is to build and develop artists that we can walk into label doors, or they can walk to us or call us and say, hey, Jamila, I want to sign her. I want to put her, the big bag, the big machine behind her, so that the whole world knows, exactly who Jamila is. And we truly do believe that that is what is happening right now, and what will continue to happen is that, people will start looking at us like, oh, wow, they're really taking it serious. And, we kind of started in homegrown, kind of, I kind of always compare myself to like Berry Gordy, like a female Berry Gordy, in the sense of I just taken old school, like, we're doing it from the bottom up, just literally with, ourselves, just, making connections with people that want to work with us, as well as, the full on artist development, where a lot of labels, they don't do that anymore, in the sense they want you to kind of come to them already developed. And that link between the unsigned artists and the major labels is they don't have a team to help them do that.
Yeah.
So we're here to be that team and that link between the two, to make sure that the artists are ready, so that when they step into those rooms with those people that can, for, just a quick term to use, like change their lives. So in the sense of making sure that they're prepared and they're full on business artists, and they not just understand that they're talented, but they understand the business part of the thing, of everything, and what contracts they're signing, and the importance of their career, and just giving them that guidance. And just, there's a lot of black labels that did it before. Of course, with Cash Money Records, Master No Limit with Master P, Diddy and Bad Boy, but never females. So this is where we bring a different flavor, a different outlook, a different vibe to the situation, because now you're dealing with women, and we're more so saying, this is the lack, that there's a need for this, and these are our skills, and we're bringing our skills to the need. So just fishing in that pool of unsigned artists in Richmond, and listening to talent, and we're very genuine. We listen and go through everybody's music that emails and DMs us, because we know the importance of, it doesn't matter how many followers you are, where you start at. If you're talented, you're talented. And the growth, and just wanting to build those artists, and make sure that they get seen, they get heard.
And I think that's the disconnect between, want to say, like, just Virginia as an example, like with us and the major music market, like there's no, it's like they just really want you to have that following already. It's like they don't really, really care about that artist development. So we literally take the time out to just make sure that we develop our artists all the way around. So that way, once they get through those doors, like they know exactly what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We give them the actually, we're gonna pop our AirPods out because we're having a little difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay with y'all. All right,
They
y'all.
probably want to talk too.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. Yeah. But yeah, so Virginia has this mentality, and I tell people all the time, I don't know where it stems from. I could get deeper into it. Again, I have a background in history and political science. I went undergrad and got my degree, and double majored in both. And I don't know if it's the slavery mentality or just the crabs in the barrels mentality where no one wants to truly support each other from Virginia. And it's almost so hurtful to see because there's so much talent here. And if everyone supported artists, that were up and coming, you would have that fan base and that buzz in your own city. And a lot of times, again, back to the major markets, that's what they're looking for. They want people to know you already. And even if it's just in your own state or your own city, it could be the difference between them saying, hey, go back and work on your following, and hey, you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's not even necessarily the music. The music could be great. It's just who knows you, in the sense of, again, everything is fast paced in the industry now because of social media, because of technology. They kind of already expect for you to have 1,000+ followers on TikTok, or thousands plus on Instagram, or for your podcast to be doing this and doing these type of numbers before you step in the door. And it's just like, okay, that's great and grand, and we understand that that's the expectation you all have, but the reality is there isn't a lot of people like us, at Sound Vibes Records, especially in the area, in the Richmond area in Virginia, who genuinely want to see Virginia and Richmond artists, DMV artists, Carolina artists, anybody that we can touch win. And that's pretty much our mission, is to take those talented artists and develop them and work with them, whether they got 50 followers or 1,000 followers. If the talent is there, the talent is there. And to build and, to learn the ropes of what it takes to be an artist, including developing their sound, their branding, as far as their imagery, developing their content for the social media, press kits, emailing other labels, their information, how to compile emails, and sending information out to major labels to make sure that they're able to understand the information they're receiving and find the artists and find the music. And just simple things like that, it could be the difference in you sending an email to a DJ and a DJ opening it and actually spinning your track, and a DJ saying, I'm not even going to look into it because it just doesn't make sense. So, just teaching those basic steps could be, all of the difference. And, to go back to Virginia supporting each other, find somebody that really supports you. It doesn't have to be a label, like, or it doesn't have to. Find a friend, find someone, a brother, a sister, someone who genuinely wants to see you grow in your field, of artistry, and get them to help you build your team. Tell them, hey, look, let's get on Google, let's do some research, let's look up royalties, let's look at the difference between a mechanical royalty and a streaming royalty. Let's figure out how we can help you get, what I'm saying? But find somebody, because you can't do it on your own. And that's another thing I tell artists all the time. You'll drain yourself, and you'll make yourself to where you won't love music anymore, because you'll realize that doing it on your own is so hard, and just making sure that, you find your support system, find your team to help you grow along the way, you know what I'm saying? And, find people, whether it be, friends, again, like I said, anybody, honestly. Yeah. Jamila, you want to speak to that? You an artist. Tell them how hard it is. How hard it was.
I definitely wanted to, you guys were getting into a lot of points, so I was really interested. I was like nodding, like agreeing. But hey everybody, my name is Jamila. I'm an artist. I'm 22 years old. I was born in Maryland, and most of my life I've been living in VA. So where did music start for me? I've always loved music. My parents are immigrants from Sierra Leone, that's in West Africa. It's around, countries like Nigeria and Ghana. If you ever watched the movie Blood Diamonds, that was a real thing that happened. They came here during the Civil War that was happening in Sierra Leone. It was a really bad war. And they came out here, had me in 99, and the rest was history. But it's just starting. Like, eventually everyone will know my story. But my parents, eventually they did separate, and I lived with my mom for the majority of my life. My dad was always involved though. And my love for music really stemmed from my mom. all the way. My dad used to tell me stories about how my mom used to always sing in Africa and how she had like a beautiful voice. She was like, you definitely got that singing thing from your mom because, she used to do all of that. So she used to play so many music, which made me so musically inclined. And that's why I refer to myself as an artist, not just a rapper, because there's so many different avenues of music that I love. And it's like there's different types of music that me as a black woman you wouldn't expect me to like, but I like because I just love music that much. So she really got me into all that. We used to listen to Mary J. Blige all the time, Toni Braxton, Anita Baker, Teddy Pendergrass, Lucky Dube, a whole lot of reggae, Marley. There were so many things. She loved Tupac. I used to always listen to Tupac. She was more Tupac, she liked Tupac more. But of course she loved Tupac. But I listened to Biggie and all that. So many different artists. So that's really what got me into the love of music. I started singing at the age of 5, and I started rapping. I wrote my first rap at the age of 12. So my first love was singing, and then rapping came as I developed and I grew. Because really, artists like Nicki Minaj, she showed me like, okay, you can actually like do this and like be successful and like continue to do this. So I was like, I like to sing, but let me see if I can rap because I always loved writing poetry. My dad was a big writer in Sierra Leone, so I always loved writing. But that's basically where it started. That's a little, backstory of my music. Not everything, but just a quick little, backstory. Um, and actually, September 2020, during the pandemic, is when I first dropped like my first song on all music platforms, and it was a Candy Shop remix. Candy Shop made famous by 50 Cent. And right now we're at 42K.
43K.
Oh, 43K. 43K on YouTube. No promotion. No promotion, no major promotion, no major at all. No promotion at all.
No bots, just organic.
Just organic views, and the 1 year anniversary just passed September 27th. So I'm really super proud of that. That was something that was spontaneous. And during the pandemic, I feel like it made me realize what I really want to do and what I really love. And I was like, well, I'm sitting here at home. I have nothing to do. We was at school online, so I don't have to go into classes. You're just in the house all the time. What are you gonna do? So I moved to Texas, and while I was during the pandemic, everything was closed down. I was like, okay, well, let me just record this. So I recorded Candy Shop, the remix, and it caught on really well with everyone in my area in VA, Northern VA area, like Woodbridge, where I resided when I was in VA, and it just kept going from there. Everyone was surprised because if you were really close to me, you knew I loved music, but not everybody knew that I would ever do it. So it was really just a leap of faith and just trusting Allah and just knowing this is what I want to do and I'm gonna try. And ever since then, all the signs prove that I made the right decision to do that. So after Candy Shop, a couple months later, Siren Vibes, Desiree reached out to me in my DMs, and I was like, "Oh, management, okay, this is something new. This is my third day out here. What's going on? It's just my third day out here." And they were like, okay, well. So we got on a FaceTime call, which I feel like I said FaceTime because usually get on Zoom calls. It was just more organic. It just felt like personal.
Yeah.
We were all in a FaceTime call, just talking, and they were letting me know, hey, we love the direction you're going. We love your music. You don't have to sign with us, but just know we support you. And, just let us know. We're always here, open arms, if you feel like you want to, continue with us. And I feel like the one thing that really solidified it was first the personalities and just the rawness. It didn't feel like it was anything more than what they said it was. Like they were trying to use, because sometimes management, of course, I love music, and of course, I know managers in music, and sometimes they don't always do right by their artists. So that's always a big thing for independent artists. Like some of them are great, but they just get put in the wrong hands and mishandled, and it makes them lose their love for music. And that was the one thing I never
Yeah.
wanted to do. It happened to all the greats. Like they've all had musical like issues, in the music industry. But I'm very spiritual. So when we were having our talk, I saw 444 while we were talking, and I was just like, if I didn't have any other validation, just like, okay, this is what it is, then that right there like solidified it for me. And the souls were just, it was connecting over FaceTime. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead with this. We met later in person, like probably like the next month, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we met later in person. I flew out from Texas to Richmond, and they picked me up in Baltimore, and we drove all the way down to Richmond. So it was a road trip. It was like bonding. Didn't know it was going to be a bonding trip, but that's what it ended up being. And we was just talking to each other about what we really want out of life, like just bearing it all. They took it more from being just a manager artist, but like woman to woman. This is what I've been through. This is what I want to do, and that made me feel so comfortable. It was a great trip. Like we was singing, like it was great. Barely listened to music. I think we was just talking the whole time.
Just talking, literally.
Yeah.
Just
So,
talking.
and then from there, when I was with them, we made a two-step. We did work. So many things were accomplished, and I'm just happy that I met Siren Vibes because they just really support me and everything that they say that they want to do. That's what they really want to do. We're really big on being in tune, being spiritually aligned, always putting God Allah first, always.
Amen.
And I think that's what makes us different because sometimes in the music industry you can get far away from your your connection to God. Whoever you worship, that it's all the same thing at the end of the day. You lose your spiritual connection because the flashing lights and the this and the that, and it's like they always keep me grounded. Like when we do things, when we go to the suit, when we have music videos, it's just like let's pray first. It's okay. It didn't work out this way. That means something else is setting up for us, and it never failed. So just having that is important to me because it's always about prayers. It's always about being thankful because me being able to do this is just, and I'm thankful you even, thinking of me and thinking of us to get on your podcast and really just talk. Like, this is important. Like, for Black women, this is very important. Like, it really is.
Very important. And to speak back on the spirituality, like we believe everything that we do is divine. We also, we truly believe that God is ordering our steps in the sense of He's leading us to the artists that we need to work with. I feel like meeting, Jamila was divine. I didn't have any artists at the time when I was sent Jamila. It was just more so like us trying to figure out exactly what direction we wanted to go to towards, and who we wanted to manage. And we just kind of like sitting with our fingers, our thumbs, kind of like twiddling, trying to figure out exactly. And it was like I got a text, and it was one of my sorority sisters. She's like, "You gotta listen to this girl. You gotta listen to this girl. Like, she's hot." I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go listen. I'm gonna listen." Literally in my bathroom, just kind of getting myself started for the day, and I press play. I'm like,
A banger.
she's the one. I mean,
Yeah.
it felt divine at that moment. It just felt like everything came together in the sense of, okay, yeah, this is one of the ones that, is going to be a part of your journey. And truly feel like Jamila is just an all around, a great person, a great artist. Again, she's like a triple threat. She raps, sings, and can sing. Like, sing. Rap,
Right.
sing, dance. She's a full-time student at Norfolk State, biology major. Like, she just, doing what she got to do to represent, her family, Black women. And, it just felt like it aligned with us perfectly in our mission. And it was, again, it just almost felt so, it was divine. That's
Yeah.
how we feel about all of our artists. Montreal Hefner, Phoenix, who we recently signed, who's actually went to school with Jamila. I think y'all had like a class or so at Norfolk State. And who would have thought that he would be an artist that would reach out and we'd work with, and they had classes together. Again, just super divine. Even with our artist Montreal Hefner, who's a Richmond native as well as Phoenix. I did through a talent show at VCU, and he just happened to hit me up and say, "Hey, I want to perform." And at the time, I was charging people to perform, and he paid to perform. And we're at the performance, and Mish was actually with me, and she says, "That's my cousin." I said, "Huh?"
Look at God.
Just God,
just showing out, like
just showing out.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
showing up.
Just showing out, literally.
Wow.
And it's just been a blessing, our journey thus far. Again, we've started a little, we're getting close to a year. And just, how it's happening so fast. It just goes to show that, again, when you have a good support system and team around you, and that goes for, our artists that, support us as well as we support them, as well as Mish and everybody else that's on our team. They're just really supportive. Our people that we've come across in the city, that has allowed us to use buildings, our, photographers, videographers that we worked with from Virginia, DMV area, just God just literally ordering our steps to these people, and it working out in our favor because it's his purpose for us. Yeah. And we genuinely believe that. And with artists, to piggyback off of what Jamila said, when we're looking for artists, we're looking for artists that do more than one thing. It's enough to have someone who says, rap is my passion, but what happens when rap is no longer something that you can pick up and do? With COVID, that kind of showed us, it kind of set everybody back, especially in the entertainment world, when the bread and butter is sometimes just live performances, club
Yeah.
appearances.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Oh,
when
Which
that
a lot of rap
back,
artists do.
what are artists
mhm.
gonna do? And
Yeah.
that's why we're big on making sure that our artists are business artists and have multiple lines of income coming in and streams of our opportunities, because it's important to build your brand so that it goes beyond than just the music. I tell my artists all the time, it's like I tell Jamila, music is just a stepping stone. That's just one door to walk into. There's going to be plenty of other doors that you'll be able to walk into, and music will be able to be the key to open those doors for you. So just making sure that, when you come and you send us music, have a plan, kind of let us know, hey, this is where I see myself in 5 years. Not only do I rap, but I play the piano, or not only do I play the piano, I play the guitar. Like, have multiple ways to get your artistry out there, as well as find different things that you love genuinely that you would want your brand to be attached to. And I tell artists that all the time.
Um, so, you know, everything when it comes down to business has its highs and its lows. So I want you to describe some of the lows, not necessarily lows, some of the difficult situations that you encountered while building this label, that might have, kind of tried to take you off path, but of course, you got your faith. No matter what, when you lean on your faith, everything will work, work out how it's supposed to. But there's no question about it. It's always situations that try you because your faith is so strong. Like you're gonna encounter those situations regardless. So I want you guys to describe to us some things that might have tried to deter you from your mission, and how did you get through
People.
those?
And
No question.
it's just as simple as that.
It's simple. Yeah.
you know,
We have, came across some artists that just didn't, was just more so stuck in their ways, was just more so of doing things that they want to do. It was just like, okay, we're coming to help you, but you're coming in to ask us for help, but you're really kind of like just pushing us away. So it's just like, what are we doing here? Where's
Right,
the focus and where are we going?
right,
So it's just like, yeah.
yeah, dealing with artists that don't, like, I tell people all the time, if the difference is, I don't care if you have 50 followers, 100,000 followers, you're already streaming at this amount. Are you coachable? Will
yeah,
you trust me as much as I trust you with your career and the focus? And are you focused? Basically, are you focused? And is this something that you really want to do? Because I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. Yeah. I can listen to
Yeah.
your music every day and say, you know what, you got it. This is it. But are you gonna get up when I say, hey, we need to get you in the studio, or we need to do this, or you got a photo shoot lined up, or this is something, maybe you shouldn't, say this, or maybe you shouldn't, in the fact of, there are always eyes on you as an artist, and I try to teach my artists at any level to remember that, because when you get there and it's no going back, in the sense of you're in the spotlight and you're always going to be in the spotlight, you want to already be prepared for that spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So in the sense of, we dealt with people, and that's people anywhere. And that's why we got on, the new segment with Channel 8. And we said, hey, we were willing to work with anybody in Richmond who's willing to take Richmond outside of Richmond, meaning please come to us knowing that this is a bigger picture thing.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is this is again divine. This is something that we really feel like God sent, and it will be bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, it really is a platform that we were given to be able to help other people. So when you come, know that it's to help, not to hurt. In the sense of, I think a lot of people have not come across so many people that genuinely want to see them grow and win in the industry. So sometimes it comes off. So sometimes it may seem like too good to be true. But in our
Mhm.
case, it is what it is, and
Mhm.
because that's all we have, in the sense of, this has to work,
Mhm.
because we want it to work, and it will work because we're putting in the work,
That's right.
and to say that, we dealt with people that just weren't there, weren't were a part of our journey, but weren't permanent fixtures in our journey, that would be with us all the way through, just based off of them not wanting to build a stronger foundation, and sometimes wanting to crack the foundation. Right. And it's just important to make sure that you set yourself up with good people, and that goes out to anybody who's watching, whether you're an artist or just a person in general. Find people that truly care about you, and it doesn't take long for you to realize who does and who doesn't. Just pay
Uh-huh.
attention. You know, pay attention to how they support you, when they support you, and just always make sure that the people around you are like-minded, in the sense of, they want to be on top too. Right. Not just they want to see you on top, and they don't want to be next to you, and help you get there, and vice versa. But they actually really want to see you win. So just people. People come and go in your life like seasons, and I just feel like in this area in Richmond, we have to do more of supporting each other.
Yes,
we
and
have
also to add, not to cut you off, that's
No, you
but
good.
also focus on the people that truly support you and not the ones that don't. Because when you focus on the people that don't really support you, that's when you get distracted. It's like
Yeah.
there's so many people out here in the world that will love to hear your story, that will love to see exactly what you are doing. So it's just like, just keep going, never stop. Like, always just focus on what your mission is and what your purpose is. Never focus on the people that don't support, because trust me, you're gonna have plenty of supporters that's out there that you don't even know about. So yeah.
So sure.
Jamila, do you want to say anything?
Um, the question was any like roadblocks that like I ran into while like doing this music thing. I would say more so for me, I want to start off by saying the roadblocks and like the challenges literally set me up for everything that I've done. Because there has not, I want to say, when it comes to doing something that you love, something that you're aligned to do, it is not going to be easy, and progression is not linear. So it doesn't just go like this, it goes like this, and then you're chilling there for a bit to go up again and get to the top, but then you got to get to the other mountain, so you got to run down that mountain and go, to the top of the next mountain. So I feel like the biggest thing that challenges that I ran into was just, I would say maybe just myself. Sometimes you're conflicted with yourself and what you think you deserve. My first kind of like breakthrough with music was at the age of 21. and I've loved music since 5. And you know what I mean? And it's like I'm still young. Of course, people are gonna be like, "You're still young" and things like that. But there was times when I was 12 to 16, and I'm like, I want to just break now. I want to be a child star, and da, da, da. And I'm looking at it like, girl, if you was a child star back then, you would not last a day like doing what you do. So I look back at those times, and I'm like, wow, I really was put here at the right time. Just being like knowing that everything will be okay and fighting back on those thoughts and sometimes those conflicting thoughts that makes you feel like you don't want to continue. When I dropped Candy Shop, it was literally I got the cheapest hour at the studio. I didn't want to go over. Oh, it was a minimum to book 2 hours, so it was $40 an hour, and I was like, okay, I'm just paid $80. Whatever. I was like, could I do an hour? Like minimum 2. I was like, okay, I'll do it. Whatever. Went and did it, and I showed my friends because they already knew about the song prior to, because we were all in the car rapping and stuff, and they were like, "You should record that." So went in there, $80 session, knocked it out like fast, like really, like literally so fast. He's like, "You got anything else you want to do?" I was like, "No." But I got here now. Was just testing it out to see how it would sound. But the first time when I spit my first verse, he stopped the tape. He was like, "Wait, are you sure this is your first time?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I don't believe you." And I was like, "I swear this is like my first time recording like something." So just doing that, putting it out, and just saying, okay, I don't care what happens, but at least it's out. I'm proud of myself that I put it out. It was really just to let me challenge myself and do something different. I was always so protective of my music. I was like, let me just do this. Fighting that conflict within myself got me to the next level, and people loved it. Like the support was crazy. Like you would think I had already done this before. Everybody was surprised from my area because I've never really honed into my musical side. There would be times on, when we used to have Vine. I don't know if people remember Vine.
Yeah, love Vine.
Okay, but we used to have Vine and Instagram, and I used to put my little singing videos here and there, and just for fun. But so there's some people that follow me that still remember that Jamila, because I've had my name Jamila since 2013. So they know that Jamila, and just seeing like the new Jamila, like, oh, she actually continued doing that. So my main took, summed up just fighting my own like ideas and pushing through that, because people really, they're annoying sometimes, but if you look at people as, okay, either you're a lesson or you're supposed to be here. Each one, if you look at each one of those options as a win, then because it is a win either way, you're straight. Like a lesson is what you needed to learn from each person in life. So
That's right. That's right. So speaking of lesson learned and hardships, for the people that's in the city who don't know you guys, that maybe came across your article, and it's always a lot of people. I had a lot of feedback from people, artists, musicians in the city who saw the post and saying they was going to tune in. So I want you to kind of like describe why would people trust you guys and want to confide in you guys with their career and be able to help them. I mean, being that it is record labels or whatever that might have came out of Richmond that people don't have this chance to be one on one with them and kind of hear them talk personally about their mission. So I want you guys to kind of describe why you can be trusted in as a business and as a label to ensure that you can do the best job you can for those people that's coming and seeking your help to grow.
Absolutely. I would say one thing is what's always important, and you should look into anything when you're stepping into business with anybody. Are they knowledgeable about the business? Are they willing to learn and grow in the business? In that sense, we're very knowledgeable. We learn, we read every day. I tell people all the time, if you're not learning something new, then that means you ain't living every day. You know what I'm saying? That means if you don't wake up and learn something new, you must not be here anymore. So, you can learn something new. So, people that are willing to grow and learn with you is us. We're learning, but we're also knowing of a lot of things. And that's what we bring to the table. We bring the knowledge, the hard work, the genuine care and support. A lot of times we've had conversations and we'll read, the next week where an article will come out and you'll see an artist like, I believe, what's her name? A female rapper was mentioning that labels should start getting and encouraging artists and therapists. Iggy Azalea. And we had already had conversations within our team, and I've spoken to each of my artists. Hey, if you need someone to speak to, or you need a therapist, just get in contact, with me, and I figure it out. We'll figure out how to set up. Because at the end of the day, what's important to us is the person, building with people. I always tell people, you can go and invest in stock, you can go and invest in items, but investing in people can take you so much further. And just wanting to invest and genuinely see people win from the area, that's where we come from. I come from myself where I used to do music, I used to write, and for a long time I never found or came across good people. And I said, what, if there's a need, God, let me fill that need, and let me find a team that can help me and build with me so that we can fulfill that need and helping people and being good to people in the sense of, just doing good business. And like, I think a month ago, Anita Baker just received her master's for her music. Her music's been out for years.
Years.
And it just
Yes. That's
goes to
crazy.
show, it's crazy. It just goes to show that in the industry, Black people are just always, not always, but for the most part, have been known historically for getting the short end of the deal just by not understanding the business. And it goes back
Yep.
to what I said in the beginning. All of my artists, business artists, in the sense of they understand. Anytime I read new knowledge and YouTube sends me, they updated the terms. I'm sending them a link. Hey, look, y'all need to know this because YouTube is saying this. You can't put this in your videos. You can't do that. Never leaving them to where I feel like they're unknowing outside of their music of what's going on. Always in the loop of what's going on because it's imperative, it's important in the sense of that's how you're able to hold on more of to what you put into the music and your royalties when it comes down to the money, when it comes down to making sure that you can leave generational wealth for your family. And like in Prince's situation, you don't have this big record company heads where they're selling tickets after this man passed for people to do tours of his home. Just certain things that Black people have endured in the industry. And it's a lot of times because we're not taking the time to be the leaders of our own culture. And that is what we do. We step in and we decided that we're going to lead in the sense of Virginia's sound and what's up and coming. And any artist is able to reach out to us. And we have the open door policy where if you email your music to us at sirenvibesrecords@gmail.com, it's going to get listened to. Just because we truly care and we know that the talent is there. The talent is out here. So in the sense of, again, we want to bridge Virginia to the primary music market, to one day where Virginia is a primary music market. And you can step outside, just like you're in LA, you can go into Capitol Records or walk in and drop off your demo. You can walk into Siren Vibes Records office to drop off your demo.
It's not only, not to cut you off, but it's not only like, okay, let me go to Atlanta to make it. Let me go to LA to make it. No, come to DA to make it. Like,
a lot of people like they have to go elsewhere just to make it.
Especially from here.
It really doesn't have
it has to be that way. You can make it from home. Yes, you can. Put in the work. Put yourself out there. And when you do go to other states and cities, carry your city and your state on your back.
Where does talent
showcases? Put yourself out there. Take it back to the old days to where if you have to post posters on the freaking like anywhere, anywhere that's exactly.
We just seen one
on the corner store. The corner store wall used to be filled with people's posters.
we literally just saw one at a light, and I said, "Look!" And we literally took down the guy's name. We're like, "You never know," just because putting yourself out there is always furthering yourself than anything, because you never know who's gonna see it, who's gonna come across it, who's gonna like it, who's gonna love it. Just take that step. And Mila spoke to it. Don't be the blockage of your own blessings. Sometimes we block our own blessings personally. Don't block your blessings. Just step into it. Step into your blessings.
And not only that, let me say this. people think that because people don't do certain things no more, it's not for them. But that will really makes you see more. Okay, like you said, you don't put posts up no more. People don't put posts up no more. If you're the only one who put the post up and they ain't seen it in years, that's going to attract people even more. Like putting business cards in stores, handing out flyers, and when you go anywhere, if you go into the mall, you got your flyers with you of the new song or your new mixtape or whatever ready to drop. That's even more attractive because people don't see it all the time.
Right.
So
Yeah,
those are the things people got to understand too. Like, okay, just because X, Y, and Z ain't doing it, don't mean it ain't gonna work for you. You know, like
exactly.
you got to get a move around. You know, you moving around whatever way that is. That's gonna benefit you regardless. You know,
Exactly.
whatever little time it takes, it's always gonna benefit
Yeah, no, I
Exactly.
definitely agree. I
Yeah.
think the main thing with my musical journey is like I grew up seeing the Greats musical journey, and it's not just a post and go viral. Like it was from the ground up, and so that's why I feel if I could, vouch for myself, that's why I feel like it separates me because I'm really like getting it out the mud, like taking any type of opportunity that I have, and my managers are right behind me, like, hey, we got this, we got this, we got this,
you.
and not everything will line up, of course, but just being like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Like, okay, I'll do that because you know the significance of that. This right here, this interview, like, again, who knows where we'll be in so and so years, but this right here is a learning experience for me. And plus, it's promotion, but I see it first as learning experience, if you understand. You know what I mean? So, and then you're learning how to um, talk to guests and things like that. So it's all beneficial. When you see it as that first, that's the greatest gift
Hmm.
to me. Learning.
They say
That's
it's
it.
the
That's
struggle, there's beauty in the struggle and ugliness in the success. So, just if people carry the where they come from with them, and it'll take them a lot further as well. Never forget where you started from, your humble beginnings. We're out all the time and people just, kind of stare at us and we're just like, we prefer for people to just speak because we're very personable. Even if it's a wave, a hello, or hey, how can I send you my music? I could just literally tell them, this is our email, send it here. We'll look forward to hearing it. Like, just very personable in the sense of, again, we're not celebrities. And even when the success is continues to grow like it's already growing, we're still human beings and we still understand where we started and the importance of carrying that with us as we go,
yeah.
so
Seriously.
That's always going to make people remain humble. And I think, again, this is another
yeah.
reason why I did this because a lot of people need to hear people talk. Like when you talk to people about business, it's about business. You don't get to hear their personality because when you step in the business mind frame, it's I'm talking to you as a businesswoman. And
Mhm.
that relatable go out the window because you got a goal to accomplish. So I think being able to talk like this and people to be able to see your personality, like people want to know, like, hey, yeah, all right, I can talk to them. All right. So they said it was a go for me to walk up to them.
They're not gonna
I
buy
feel
it.
like
They're
with
not gonna
social
buy
media, I feel like with
it.
social media, it just takes the personality out of life with social media because people see a certain number of this and they feel like they're unapproachable. Like,
Uh-huh.
then what's the point of that? Like, we're humans, we're supposed to talk to each other. Like, I'm not gonna treat somebody with 100K any different than someone with 100 followers. Like, and other people will call that humbling, the one with the 100K, but seriously, it's all about personality. You know what I mean? Like being
Yeah.
comfortable with yourself
Experience.
and
Reading that experience.
exactly experience things and just being talk to people. Like the pandemic kind of pushed us farther away from each other because we didn't get to
Yeah.
talk to each other. And it's also given us um kind of an idea of how the world is gonna go from here. Um, if I could share this, like me and my managers during the pandemic, we're talking about how maybe there might be virtual performances, maybe there might be virtual concerts as an option for people that can't travel and get the ticket, because you got to travel to the state, get the ticket. Maybe it might be
Hmm.
virtual things. So them setting up, hey, we should have kind of like a streamed performance so you get aligned with that, you get natural, comfortable with stuff like that. But then also them teaching me the olden way, the old ways of just getting on stage and
Yeah.
performing. So
Absolutely. we definitely, like I said, we're definitely like homegrown, like Motown, in the sense of we really want to truly bring Virginia sound, Richmond sound to the world, in the sense of, we're going to work with you at whatever level you at and build you up as much as we can so that the world knows who you are, because that's the only thing that we can do, in the sense of that is the best way to progress not only Black people, but our music, our culture, is for us to take lead of it, and for us to truly, genuinely want to support one another. And I think if we all get together and we do more of that, then we'll see, a Black, renaissance again, where Black people are just doing extremely well in the arts and business in general, and just supporting each other. And I really do feel like we're stepping back into that, with the sense of just even this platform. Hello. So
Hello.
hello, can you tell me?
We're not gonna hold that up.
But yeah, so it's like, again, we're here to help, we're here to support. People, y'all throw open mics, y'all throwing shows, invite us. Like, we want to come, we want to shake hands, we want to talk to people as much as we can. Of course, with COVID safety, being safe with COVID and stuff like that. But we want to get out and meet with the city and talk to people and make sure that we're building those connections, because we don't want anyone to come to our city and say, well, what is there to do in the city, or who should I talk to? Who's a key player here? Or who's a
Right.
good engineer? Who's that? And we can't point them in the right direction. Well, then
Hmm.
who signed Bob's Records? And why are y'all saying y'all from Richmond, Virginia?
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? We want to build those connections. We're very personable. Again, you can reach us always at signvibesrecords@gmail.com. Sign Vibes Records through Google. Jamila, she got her ad up there.
Yeah,
Ad
all my social media is at the same
yeah,
time.
Sound Vibes Records as well. And again, reach out to Jamila. Tell her you like her music. You like her music. You want to work. And
Yeah,
we're very personable too. Again, we are, you know, people. We're just regular humans, in the sense of nobody's perfect. We're all just working on trying to better ourselves every day. And with that being said, that's how we move in the music industry. We're just trying to better ourselves so we can be, the best of who we can and what we can give. And we truly believe that we will make it to that mark where, you'll see us on Grammy stages. I'm just letting y'all know.
And
definitely.
that's it. It's coming. I'm trying to tell you, it's all there. Y'all got the key, man. Y'all out here doing major things, and it take a lot. And y'all young, like it take a lot to do this type of thing, these type of things y'all doing. And that's why I really think that people gonna be attracted to you guys as Black women, being able to step up, and a lot of things is male dominated right now. But if we as women are stepping up and we showing these men, no shades to the men, but we showing them we can compete in their league, in any league. I ain't gonna say their league. We gonna compete in any league with anybody. And I think this is a prime example of like, who would have ever thought? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I think it's a big deal. And I really want people to hear this and embrace this, and tap in, because there's so many artists, like you said, so much out here. They don't know which way to go.
Mhm.
And a lot of women can be out here, giving their all on the record, on the song, but a lot of men downplay it sometimes because they got the men over here that's on the box with the auto tune and shit, and they sounding like baby, and they think that they can push them before they can push the women, and it's really not fair. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I
Exactly.
think that also being as women, I think it's easier for women to give both genders a fair shot versus catering to one, and that's why I really think this is gonna do numbers for the city. So with that being said, I want y'all to tell us what's up next for you guys. Jamila, you as an artist, Dez and me, you guys as record label owners. I want y'all to tell the people what's up next for y'all and for the city, and then you guys can tell us, drop us some jewels on what keeps you guys motivated and how you guys can motivate others to keep going in whatever lane they're in.
Absolutely. Um, you want to? I guess we can go first, and we'll let Jamila, top it off
Mhm.
like the icing on the cake.
Yes.
But I think what we have next coming up is our artists, Jamila, Phoenix, Montreal Hefner, all introducing themselves through their EPs. just generally giving, their sound, what they've been working on this entire year, and giving a wrap up with a bow on it and like, hey, y'all, this is us. This is what you can expect, or maybe not expect because you may not expected this, but this is us,
Yeah.
And but working on their EPs and releasing them, rolling them out, getting them out to different states and cities. Just basically really network with people, of course, within Virginia, of course, but outside of Virginia. I tell people all the time, whenever I go and I sit with someone, or I fly and I go to Chicago and I sit with my mentor, and he manages Rocky Fresh, and he tells me, work with everybody in your city, build a team, you know what I'm saying? And he started off with people with Virgil Abloh and Kanye West are his friends. So it's like, but they started from the bottom, he tells me
Yeah.
stories. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, build with your city. And so we're planning on doing that, continuous of that, as well as taking, Virginia, Richmond, DMV, with us on our backs everywhere we go. Right now, again, if you want to reach out to us, just Sign Vibes Records at Gmail, Sign Vibes Records on Google to keep up with us, Sign Vibes Records on Instagram, on Twitter. And of course, our artists are very well represented on all of our pages, and you can quickly find their ads if you want to listen to their music and kind of see what we're looking for, or what we've developed with them, in partnership so far, so you can see our work and see how serious we are about this, because we are genuinely serious about this, and we genuinely do want to see the city and Virginia win. And we really, really do believe that it will happen, especially with Sign Vibes Records.
Yeah.
And Nisha, you want to add
Yeah.
to what we're working on?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it all. Just to pretty much talk about like what motivates us. Like we get up every day and just for one, we're passionate about what we do. So it's like every day that we get up, we just feel like, what is it that we have to be doing today? Whether it's meeting with people,
Hmm.
whether it's making sure we getting shows together. We also have a few things that we are working on planning for next year. So it's just like that's what keep us motivated. And then of course just listening to our artist music, because it's just like how can you not listen?
Yeah, they fire. They all fire. And I'm
Right.
standing 10 toes behind it.
And the many more artists, of course, that we plan on, collabing with in the near future. Like
Absolutely.
again, like that said, like always feel free to reach out to us. No matter how long it would take, we do respond to all of our emails. We don't want, anybody to feel that we're, oh, they haven't responded to us within 2 days or 3 days. Like we make sure that we respond to everyone. We're just that personable.
Yes, and we get hundreds of emails a day, just people sending their music. So we're
Yeah.
always going through, again, we just started expanding our team and adding on A&Rs to help us go through the music because it's so much. But we do listen to the music. Like we want to make sure that we get that across to y'all. Like we're listening. We're not, those major labels that aren't going through and listen. No, like we're trying to tell you, we're building from the ground up, like a Motown, like a Bad Boy, like a Cash Money, like a what's Masterpiece label, No Limit, or any QC. Like we're genuinely just that label, like the black label that's in up the street in your city right now, literally trying to put the city on, put the state on. Get with us, whether you do photography, videography, podcasting, or whatever, we're gonna have a meeting.
We're looking for it all.
We're looking for it all. We're looking to build
We're looking to
the
build.
team
Like,
again. We can't take Virginia just me and Mish. Like we need to
exactly.
take a team in order for them to be like, oh, who's that? Just like Miller said in two stepping, when we come around, we swarm like locusts.
Like,
So we can't say we're
Gosh
Virginia and
almighty.
have Virginia folk with us. You know what I'm saying? In other states and other cities. So we're building. Yeah.
I agree.
Y'all are super dope. Like, I'm so excited for y'all. Like, I be ready to do these interviews, right? And I got an overall by just a little rundown people give me, but like being able to like really tap into like people like you guys, man, like it's so refreshing. And I feel like I don't know. It's like I'm blessed to be able to talk to people. Like I'm not a talker at all. Like outside of this podcast, like I'm not a people person. But I know like this is my mission right now. Like I know this is for me. I know I'm put here so people can hear like be able to hear you guys laugh and joke and talk about your business and hear like okay, yeah, these are real people. Like yeah, like we gotta go. Things not gonna always go good, but we gonna reach our goal. And I think that's the thing people need to hear. Like some people step into the music industry and think it's the talent. It's, you are talent, yeah, we'll take, but they don't understand that it's more than just being able to go in the booth and record your track. You know, it's other things that gotta be pulled together in order for you to be successful. And people gotta learn to trust as well as they will want to be trusted. And here in the city it's hard because we do got a lot of negative people around that never really experienced authentic people. So you guys being able to come on here and be authentic and let the city know that it's an outlet, and all you gotta do is trust it. Trust the process.
Yes,
That's a
And
big
I
deal.
definitely raised, so
Trust
I
the
definitely
process.
understand where you're coming from when it comes to the negative energy. And like that's one thing that I feel like kind of like set me apart from everyone else, because I'm just always a positive thinker, a positive just person in general. So it's like I
Yeah.
always try to like even when people are negative when it comes to things, like I just always look at the bright side of things and trying to like get them out of that mindset. So yeah, I definitely agree with you with that.
trust the process.
The
Yes,
process. It
Trust the
never fails.
process.
trust the process. Because the
Mhm.
You
day
have
you
to
might
leave it
give up
there.
could be the day you make
That
it.
would be exactly.
That's it.
Oh
And
yeah.
that happens to countless people. It happened to
Mhm.
countless people. And like I said, you guys, in order for people to sometimes be able to give that trust, they gotta hear. They gotta hear that you are serious. They gotta understand, regardless of being in a meeting or just through email, like, yeah, these are real people that's really trying to be here to help you, and the city needs this. Like we need it. And I'm so excited, for you guys. Like talk about A&R and stuff like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And Jamila, I'm excited for you as well. Your energy just came through the iPad, and like it's like it's real, it's real bright as you all energy. Um, so do you guys have anything I want to say? I got any questions y'all want to ask me? I can reiterate. I know y'all already said y'all outlets, but you can reiterate it how many other times you want. Um, and if you have any questions for me, you can ask me. And anything that you want to say that you didn't get a chance to say, this is your time.
Absolutely. I just want to take a moment to give you your flowers again. Thank you again
Thank you
so
so
much for
much
this
for having us.
opportunity. We love
Thank you.
again looking in the
Let's get a hand
camera.
clap for
Yeah,
that.
let's get a hand clap for Lex. Come on.
Oh,
That's
thank
love.
you.
Thank you, Lex, for the opportunity. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for seeing our vision and giving us the platform. We truly appreciate you. We love seeing other Black women doing great things. So again, you can always reach out to us too. You don't have to be this one time. You want to have us again? We'll
Oh,
come back.
I just trying to tell the people who come on here, that's a lot. Like they can't even get rid of me now. I don't care what you talk about. You came on this panel. Don't try to play me because what they
Thank
already know
you.
it's locked in now. We locked in.
Live.
No
Yes,
question.
but other than that, again, Sign Vibes Records, Google, social media, Sign Vibes Records, and again, email us signvibesrecords@gmail. We look forward to hearing more from the city, seeing more of the city, doing things. Shout out to everybody that's doing things in the city, that's buzzing artists.
That we collab with so
That we've
far.
collabed with so far, other artists that are doing things in the city. We see y'all, other studios, other labels. We see y'all. Hit us up. We appreciate anybody working towards greatness. And it doesn't matter what field it is. If you're Black
Mhm.
and you're working on excellence, we support you.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Just to add on to that, thank you so much for having me. This is fun. This is so exciting
Very
to be
fun.
able just to talk, and I hope people who watch it get to know me as an artist. And you can follow me on my social media because I'm very personal with everybody, like they said. And yeah, just thank you for having me. All of my music is on all streaming platforms, and yeah, thank you. I'm just like, thank
Yes.
you.
So So thank you guys so much. This was super awesome. It's always a wonderful experience to tap into people's stories, and I thank you guys for trusting me with the delivery. of your story and trusting me to be able to let more people know about what you're doing. And you guys can, because you know, you can't really talk on Channel 6 like this. I mean, Channel 8, you can't really talk like this. So, you know what I'm saying? Kind of good for you to be like, I can like, you know, take my coat off real quick. And, you know what I'm saying? So, this is super awesome. I know a lot of people gonna be tapping in, even if they did tap in tonight. You know, I'm gonna be sharing it all day because it's super awesome. And I just want to let y'all know somebody tapped in to this interview all the way from the Netherlands. With
Oh,
this
oh
comment right here.
wow.
Wow.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Ethan. Oh my
So that
goodness.
was super crazy because I never seen nobody come off.
Wow.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? Like that's a big deal for me. So
It's
and
expected. We was just having a conversation about like one of our artists making connections with people like in the Netherlands and Australia. Like
Yeah.
it has been
Yeah.
amazing. Let's be all
wow.
global. You know, we will end
Oh
up
wow.
being global. I will end up being global. Everyone in the label will end up being global. It's like wherever farther as things start to grow, we're going with it. Like, okay, we're doing that too.
Mhm.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
stopping at just here. We're gonna just keep, and even if it's stopping here, we're pushing
We're
it out
pushing everywhere.
everywhere.
Pushing.
Yeah.
Kicking them doors down.
We're
That's
Okay.
gonna
it.
go get it,
That's
just
how we
like
come in.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get
Whatever
it, just
Monica
like
said.
that.
You know,
Yeah, whatever Monica said.
whatever
You
Monica
heard.
kick down the door and snatch you. I don't know.
Man,
She knew the assignment. Oh yeah. From a vet. Okay. But so if that's it for the interview, that concludes our interview, guys. Thank you so much again. I can't thank y'all enough for coming on. Y'all, you guys are so wonderful. Like I said, God is guiding me right now. You know, so everybody who comes into my life, everybody that has been on the platform has came on here and literally said they was gonna do something, and all of them are doing it. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like everybody who said they manifested it to the T. Like I'm not gonna lie,
yeah.
everybody. And I just feel like it's, I was anointed for this,
Oh,
and you guys
Yes.
solidified it when y'all came on here and you said the
Yes.
same thing for your own path. So I know this was meant to be, and I know it's up. You know it's up. They know it's up. So you know what I'm saying? We got a solid with 90 days left in this year, and I know y'all gonna make it work. So at the
We
beginning
will.
of the year, I'm gonna tap back in, and we're gonna talk about what's gonna happen for 2022. Okay?
yes.
Let's do
Everybody
it.
just keep your eyes
Let's
out.
do it. Thank
Just
you
keep
so
your
Yes,
much.
attention.
that's what we doing.
Peace and blessings to everybody that tuned in. To those that tune in later, sending much love and peace.
Yes,
And again, we just, praying that our manifestations come true, like she said.
and it is,
And they
and it
will.
is,
Amen.
You
it
will.
is.
You will.
Continuously. Yes.
So it's a wrap for us, you guys. Y'all got the. I'm gonna send y'all the link. Y'all got y'all YouTube. Y'all can share. Y'all do whatever y'all need to do with it. And I'm gonna be seeing y'all, and they gonna be seeing y'all too.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Absolutely. See y'all
bye
later.
y'all.